Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
What's happening, family? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. We're diving deep and keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join today's conversation. As always, family, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to chime into the Arrington Gavin Show. This is episode 532. That's right, 532. And I had a little Rhythm Nation thing going on there. 532. That was pretty cool. Rhythm Nation, shout out to Janet Jackson. Come on. Yeah, we are a part of it. All right. I'm not going to go with that. Y'all don't want to hear my beautiful voice here. Well, you're listening to my beautiful voice, but you don't want to hear me sing. We got a lot on tap for you. But as always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to tune in to yet another great episode. Look, on today's conversation, Mayweather, Pacquiao, part 2, the rematch that everybody has been wanting to see, and we finally get to see it. It just sucks because these guys are well past I would say the retired fighter age, in my opinion. So we're gonna talk about that later on the show. Also, finally, I'm gonna start off first talking about this town in, I believe it's Idaho, that is talking about removing Juneteenth. Then when we get closer to some more interesting stories, check out this one. A question I want to bring up to you all: would you reject a $15 million offer? I will repeat. Would you? Regardless of your, you could be rich, you can be poor, you can just right now, if someone wanted to give you $15 million cash, that's all yours, tax free, would you reject it or would you accept it? We're going to talk about it later on the show because a farmer made national news because he rejected $15 million. And I'm like, what is wrong with people today, man? What is wrong with people? What else do we have on tap? We have that. We have this. Oh, and also, in a recent award show, the award show is called the BAFTA Awards, BAFTA. I'll see what the acronym means, but during the ceremony, while actors Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo was presenting an award, a gentleman shouted out the N-word and then another explicit after that. Now, I was told that the gentleman had he has Tourette's, which we all know can cause people to shout out words, sometimes cuss words too. And so we're going to talk about it. Because it has it's been back and forth with it. There's some folks saying it was an accident, obviously, because he has to arrest it. Some people saying, no, I don't know if that was an accident. We got to keep him accountable on that. I don't know if that was an accident. So we're going to talk about it later on the show. So I'm sorry, not trying to laugh at that, but we just the conversation and the back and forth is quite interesting. But we have a lot on tap for you all this evening. If you could do me a huge favor, for those who are watching us right now on our platforms, YouTube, Facebook, do me a favor, like, subscribe to this video. It helps with the algorithm. Give us a thumbs up. Also share with a friend, share with family. I truly appreciate it. We are seeing growing numbers in our subscribers and viewership, so we want to continue that momentum going. If you don't mind, I truly appreciate it. As you know, we have this campaign going where our goal is to hit at least 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Okay, by the end of 2026. It's going to be a jump. right? It's going to be a huge jump, but why not? Why not? We're goal setters here. We want to set goals. If we don't make it, look, I'm fortunate to have the number of subscribers that we currently have. Okay, I remember when it was just me that subscribed to my channel, who was in, and I was my only biggest fan. Okay, and so we want to continue to keep this momentum going with our YouTube channel. And if you can, like I said, subscribe to the Arrington Gavin YouTube channel. I truly appreciate that, my friends. We drop new episodes Mondays through Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, Facebook, as well as wherever you get your podcasts. That could be Spotify, Apple, iHeart, just to name a few. You can also listen to us on the radio airwaves. Shout out to our affiliates, KSHP 1400 AM and 107.1 FM, Las Vegas. You can chime into the show Friday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Then you can also listen to us on WBOK 1230 AM in New Orleans, Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Central Time. Yes, I had to correct that there. 7 p.m. Central Time. Also, WDJY. You would think I should know this by now, y'all. I've been on these platforms for quite some time. WDJY 99.1 FM. Straight Talk. The Arrington Gavin Show airs Monday through Friday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then, of course, I can't forget our friends over at GOATverse TV, where you can check out past episodes of the Arrington Gavin Show. All you have to do is just download the app on your App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, or Amazon Fire TV. Those are the platforms where you can download GOATverse TV app. It's an amazing app filled with so many amazing content creators like myself. Okay, you got the Bare Naked Truth podcast, BNT TV. You have GOAT Talk. You have independent artists with amazing music videos. It's amazing. You have the full package currently streaming on there as well, singing songwriting competition. So it's so many great shows on this app, as well as I bring in the politics and pop culture piece to the show. So it's an amazing platform. I highly recommend y'all. If y'all haven't done so, please do it now. Let me see. I think that is it that I have as far as for the introduction. But before I move forward to a break here, I want to share this study. You know how I love reading these like surveys and new studies show. I enjoy it because I think it's quite interesting. First and foremost, I'm like, people have a lot of time on their hands in order to do all these studies. Like, when do they have time to do all these studies? Did you hear about this here? Like, it's just interesting. Did you hear about this study? Did you know that dogs that weighs under 20 pounds are more likely to catch a frisbee better or something? I don't know. I'm just making crap up. But anyway, this one here shows that men avoid serious relationships from 20 to 30 increases their net worth by 48%. I know I got a lot of men's attention right when I said that. They said, wait, what? You telling me? Especially those that are currently in that age, demo that's contemplating on being in a serious relationship. They're like, wait, talk to me now. And it's interesting. So it says here, new research suggests that men who avoid serious relationships during their 20s may see significantly higher financial gains later in life. Studies point to fewer financial obligations, increased career focus, and greater flexibility as key contributors to higher savings and investment growth during those years. Now, analysts note that delayed long-term commitments often allow men to take more career risks, relocate for better opportunities, and dedicate more time to building income streams. Over a decade, these compounding decisions can translate into substantial net worth differences. Now, experts caution that financial outcomes vary widely, and personal fulfillment is not measured by money alone. Now, still, the data highlights how lifestyle choices in early adulthood can have a lasting economic consequence. Now, this source is by the National Bureau of Economic Research. I think that's quite interesting. I think this is one of my favorite ones that I've read this year so far, because it's fully accurate. I look, you either, and the reason why I say is because, especially for like, I feel like it would depend on the status in the relationship, because here's the thing: when you're just dating, which I mean, dating could be here and there, right? It can go back and forth with the who pays for which meal. Most of the time, it's going to be the guys. I mean, I remember when my wife and I were dating, I always, I still do. I'm always want to pay. It's just kind of like, well, now that we've been together for so long, I don't get like, if she always pay, I'll be like, oh, thank you, G. Yes, girl, pay for my food, pay for my everything. I feel like a king when I have folks that will pay stuff for me. I feel very privileged, but seriously though, I think it is very accurate, because when you are in your 20s, yes, you want to start saving all you can, especially really as a teenager. You want to start saving as early as you can. 20s and 30s, you're still, job searching. You're still probably in school, whether if you're an undergrad or post grad, any kind of, sir, you haven't finally grown yet as far as like, your status, your lifestyle. And when you're in a relationship, yes, it could be some difficulties, some struggles, right? Because you now have to, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to manage around that, whether that's, hey, I gotta relocate because of my spouse, or I instead of buying for one mouth, I gotta buy for two mouths. You got anniversaries, you got birthdays, you got this, you have so much commitment, right? And then if you go into joint a joint place or something like that, like it's always something. It's always something that can seem somewhat costly, right? Or expensive. But the joke they always make. It's what is it? Well, I won't say that. I won't say that one. But long story short, I think this is quite an interesting thing. So what's your thoughts on this, fellas? For those that are, no longer in their 20s and 30s, do you maybe have any regrets? Do you wish you saved a little more when you were early on, before you were in a serious relationship? Do you push young people to, hey, don't rush it, enjoy your life, because there's a lot of people that are really not rushing to relationships or even marriage due to the price. They said, hey, it's just it's expensive to even get married, have kids. It's expensive. So you have people getting married at a older age, having kids possibly, or not having kids at all, right? So it's always going to be an adjustment, especially when it comes to cost effect, because look, affordability, housing affordability, cost of living is always going to continue to increase. It's never going to drop. You will never see that. Whenever they speak on affordability in politics, sometimes I feel like that's just a lost cause thing. Seriously. And I hope to be proven wrong, but I just feel as though that it will never be an affordable period where cost of living is reasonable. Folks used to say, well, I'm going to move to, say, like a Texas or Florida, place that don't have state income taxes. But best believe the taxes are coming. They're going to pull some money out regardless from another, another spot. Because the more people they bring in, they're like, okay, we gotta do something about this. Trust and believe. It's going to continue to rise. It's never going to drop. That's just my 2 cents. All right, my friends. Well, I've talked to you enough in the beginning here. Let's go ahead and take a commercial break. You're listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not go anywhere.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to.
And we still in traffic.
I don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
With me?
Yeah, that's that new Goldverse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GOATverse TV.
GOATverse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In GOATs, we trust.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
Let me tell you something that most people get wrong about suits. A suit isn't just about you wearing it. It's how you show the world who you are. It's your handshake before you say a word, your presence when you step into any room. That's why we design statements at Dapper Luke. We don't just make suits. We'll start with the fabrics that tell your story, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends sourced from the finest mills in Italy, the UK, and India. Then we'll combine that with your vision, your personality, and your style. Every detail is tailored to you, from the fit to the finish. Whether for your wedding, a gala, the boardroom, we specialize in creating custom suits that are unique, just like the men who wear them. We spent years perfecting this craft, apprenticing under designers in New York and showcasing collections in New York and for Baltimore Fashion Week. None of that matters as much as seeing the look on your face when you try on your custom suit. Over 900 clients have already trusted us to deliver the best custom suits. They trust me to deliver the confidence. We proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore and would be honored to bring your vision to life next. Let's create something unforgettable. Book your free consultation today at www.dapperluke.com.
What's happening, family? What's happening? Welcome back to the show. So let's get it going with our first story, a story that I've been kind of holding off for so long because I've been running out of time during the show. I want to talk about this story out in Idaho. Let me see what the city is. The Post Falls, Idaho City, recently had voted to remove Juneteenth. Yes. Let me go ahead and share the audio for you first before we get going talking about this story.
A federal holiday meant to celebrate the end of slavery across America will no longer be recognized here in Post Falls, Idaho.
My own view is that Juneteenth is something that nobody had heard of until 5 years ago and was pushed for political purposes. And so I'm not in favor of having that in.
Mayor Randy Westland called for the change and for the reinstatement of Columbus Day throughout the city,
which I believe is a more appropriate holiday honoring our American heritage.
However, this viewpoint was not shared unanimously. Council members Joe Malloy and Nathan Ziegler said while they understand wanting to celebrate Columbus Day, they also believe Juneteenth is just as important because it was a pivotal moment with ending slavery across the country.
So I don't know if you would consider doing it every other year type of thing, but I think both are very relevant to our history.
Just because we didn't know about or was made less relevant doesn't make it relevant to today.
Both Malloy and Ziegler pushed for both holidays to be recognized, saying they are not mutually exclusive. Mayor Westland denied that request, with Councilmember Mark Luca adding there are other days to celebrate civil rights, like Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
It's apples and oranges. Why can't everyone be included in the celebration?
James McDay, the founder of the Kootenai County branch of the NAACP, adds this decision does not only affect people today, but generations to come in North Idaho. A federal holiday meant...
I tell you, man, I mean, it's just, like I've mentioned before, they continue to erase history. They continue to erase pivotal moments in our American history. Okay? That's what they're doing. They're pinpointing exactly which American history we should be celebrating. So, okay, boom. You have one guy saying, we're going to celebrate Columbus Day, right? we're gonna say celebrate Columbus Day because that to him is more of a relevant holiday, American holiday that has more value than Juneteenth. Okay, so the annoying thing, just let me kind of catch you on to what Juneteenth is. Just again for those who are still unfamiliar, because I'll be honest, I've encountered people that was unaware of what Juneteenth was. And yes, they were it was white people, okay, older white people who you would think knows everything, right? But they didn't know Juneteenth. So let me just share this with you just to kind of refresh you guys' memory. Juneteenth, a federal holiday in the United States commemorating the 1865 announcement of the end of slavery in Texas, 2 years after Emancipation Proclamation. Now, this happened on June 19th of 1865, where a Union Major General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas, and issued General Order Number 3, announcing that all enslaved people were free. Now, the significance is that this marks the effective end of slavery in the Confederacy. As Texas was the most remote slave state and had not yet enforced in 1863 during the Emancipation Proclamation, this has been considered the longest running African-American holiday, often referred to as Black Independence Day or Jubilee Day. Now, you would think that if you hear something where a holiday, this is actually the date when they ended slavery. Well, yes, we have to continue to celebrate that because that's a big moment here. Imagine if that wasn't the case and we still had slavery. So now you have this mayor, okay? That was the mayor that had spoke. The very first gentleman that spoke was the mayor, because he said that this only came to relevance 5 years ago, okay? And it was for political purposes. Really, dude? Really? Again, because you were unaware of it. Oh, it's political purposes. Because you were unaware of it, it's a irrelevant holiday. So let's continue to celebrate the ones that we were forced to learn about, okay? And because that's more relevant, because this young guy doesn't know jack squat. And so I'm happy that you had men on council that said, look, both holidays are just as relevant because it's both a part of American history and the pivotal moments in American history, and it should be celebrated. So yeah, this happened. The city council voted 4-2 to remove Juneteenth as a city recognized holiday, replacing it with Columbus Day, which the mayor described as honoring American heritage. The Trump administration removed Juneteenth and Martin Luther King Day from the list of free entry days for national parks in 2026. So once again, I give you more ammunition of why people question the president on his likeness of people of color or in Black people, because if he celebrated Black culture and accomplishments, why is he so against, say, Martin Luther King Day and Juneteenth? Why is he against any form of diversity building? Why? That's all. That's just the main question, is why. We will never get that. Why is it that he thinks it's okay to post a video depicting two prominent Black individuals figures as apes? There's nothing offensive about that. No, there's nothing wrong with that. It was a Lion King, for crying out loud. Like, what are we doing here, people? What are we doing here? I tell you. And I had the conversation with my buddy, Reverend Gary McCullum, in regards to how can we continue to bring this country together with all the divisiveness. And moments like this continues to make it hard. I mean, what else do you want me to tell you? It just continues to make it hard. Yeah. It's ridiculous, man. It really is. It really is. And I hope to the heavens above that they do not re-elect this mayor in office. Now, I've never been to Idaho. Personally, I don't have plans on going to Idaho. I don't know what's in Idaho. For if I have listeners in Idaho, please let me know if should I visit? What's Idaho known for? I don't know. Like, should it be a town? Should it be an area I should visit? Just curious, because I mean, I don't know nothing about Idaho, but I'm not going to talk bad about Idaho. I'll talk bad about your mayor, but I ain't going to talk bad about Idaho. I said it sounded like I said Idaho. Idaho. But yeah, my friends, I think that's a very unfortunate story. Which, I mean, is when you have it when you see an administration like what we have in Washington doing the things that they're doing. These administrations that trickle down, I've mentioned before, what happens in Washington, all politics is local politics. What happens on a federal level trickles down on a state level, trickles down on a local level. Prime example, because what he sees going on in Washington, he's like, let's bring it back, and we now can do what we wanted to do all along here on a local level. Again, if you want to read more up on this story here, you can either check out KREM Post Falls, Idaho. The story is currently up. You can also chime in on the Griot as well. Those are kind of I tune into the Griot all the time. Let me digress from this story here. Let's move on and talk about Teddy Riley. Y'all know Teddy Riley? Teddy Riley is one of the originators of New Jack Swing. He is Black Street guy. He has some roots here in my hometown of Hampton Roads, Virginia. He's an iconic figure in the music world. No ifs, no nothing about that. But recently, man, Teddy found himself, in some hot water. They're like, Teddy, what are you talking about? What did you just say? Teddy over here at first had said that he was working on like some new music with Robert Kelly. Robert Kelly. So let me read you this report by the Griot here. It says, and I quote, it's a quote from Teddy Riley. I sincerely apologize. He walks back his comments about wanting to work with R. Kelly. Now, the R&B producer known for, as I mentioned, Blackstreet Guy and his work crafting New Jack Swing, and for Michael Jackson's Dangerous album, previously shared a video praising Kelly as the king of R&B after hearing a cover of Chris Brown's It Depends. Now, here's what's always hard, y'all. When we have these iconic figures that that we became fans of through their craft. So, for example, Bill Cosby, not a good guy. The Cosby Show will forever be an iconic show, and people will still continue to watch it. Some of his roles, maybe even his comedy specials, people are still going to tune into his comedy specials. They're not going to like him as a person for what he did, but you can't take away the creation, but you can separate, the creator from the creation, okay? Or separate the artist from the art form. R. Kelly made iconic hits. Now, I'll be honest, I was never the biggest R. Kelly fan. Yes, I was familiar with his music. After what had occurred, it's hard for me to listen to his music because he sings love songs, and it's like, ew, like, who was this song directed to? I don't know if I can really sing this song. It just feels weird. Can't do it. So that's just me personally. Likewise, it's hard for me to watch The Cosby Show. I mean, it's difficult. But yeah, we always find folks that it's hard to separate the artist from the art form. A lot of people are still going to be singing, some R. Kelly songs. Now, I don't hear a lot of people playing them at weddings. Now, we'll say that they ain't playing no R. Kelly at no weddings. But let me continue reading the story for you. So Teddy Riley is doing a promotional rounds for his new memoir, Remember the Times. But recent comments the R&B super producer made about R. Kelly have him backtracking. Now, in an interview with the Los Angeles Times, Riley suggested that Kelly, who is currently in federal prison for sex crimes, had repented and deserved a second chance, even mentioning that he wanted to work with him. Now, let's be honest. R. Kelly had plenty of chances. Ain't no second chance. It's like second thousandths, chance or something. He also said he asked for forgiveness. He has repented. What does that mean to everybody? He also stated that would be bringing in inventors to help release some music. The singer claimed he had recorded while incarcerated and that he would consider working with him. Now, not trying to, I guess I could play a little devil's advocate here. In Teddy Riley's mind, he's like this. There have been artists that have made songs in prison, mostly, hip hop artists, but they're in jail for a crime, right? The long term folks they be making songs while they're in jail, and then when they come out, they got a whole album out. So it's not out of the norm by any means. So it's like, I think the difference between, say, some of the hip hop stars that make music while incarcerated, their crimes might be drug weapons related. You rarely, the crimes that R. Kelly did is never like the crimes you see a lot of these rappers do. Now, not a lot, but I'm just saying in comparison to some of the few that have been, locked up, that's been currently on our news cycle. He also went to add, let's see here. He said, Riley is changing his tune in a lengthy Instagram post. The man behind Blackstreet Guy and one of the architects behind Michael Jackson's Dangerous album apologized for his remarks. He says, as a producer, I've always been excited about the possibilities of music and creative collaborations. That excitement has defined my career, but I also understand that words carry weight, and I never want my passion for music to overshadow the very pain that many people have experienced. He continued to say, if my comments caused hurt, I sincerely apologize. That was never my intentions. I take seriously the impact that abuse and misconduct have had on survivors and their families. Their experiences matter, and they deserve to be acknowledged with care and respect. The idea mentioned in the interview, in correlation with a previous post I made, was simply that the creative idea discussed in passing. It is not something that will move forward. Loving music and recognizing its culture impact does not mean condoning harmful behavior, and I want to be clear about that. And look, that's what you call a man trying to save his own ass right there. Because look, he picked a perfect timing. If he, sometimes not all publicity is good publicity, and sometimes not all good publicity is, sometimes not bad publicity can, be, good for you. He's trying to sell a product here. So anything that can help him go viral can somewhat beef up his, memoir sales. But something like this, I think, is never gonna hit different for people, and it won't help the sales. So you see how he currently, he really quickly went back and said, let me change it up. Nope. Let me take that out. So again, he walked back his comments, smart man. But I think it's kind of too late. I think folks are already kind of being like, oh no, Teddy Riley said he wanna work with him, so most likely probably will. So look, we don't know. We will see from here. But look, he has a new memoir out called Remember the Time. So you welcome Teddy. As I'm kind of talking smack about you, I still made a shout out on about your new memoir. Let's go ahead and let me see here, my friends. Let me go ahead and move it to this. Actually, we're going to take another commercial break here. You're listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. Don't go anywhere. We got a lot more show for you on tap.
6'10", number 1 pick, 16 seasons, college player of the year, all rookie standout. Joe Smith built a career on grit, consistency, and showing up.
Greatness isn't just about the game. It's about how you show up every day. Rugged Evolution now offers body care products for every man, because not every man wears a beard, but every man deserves care. Greatness doesn't fade.
It evolved. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Every beard deserves to be legendary, and every man deserves.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs, and we're gonna bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
All right, family, welcome back. Remember the question I asked you guys earlier? Would you guys reject $15 million? Million dollars. Would you do it? Would you do it? I'm just curious. So check this out here. Gentleman, this is an older guy too. Let me see, here we go. Let me put up a image here of the gentleman for those who are watching us. So this guy here rejected $15 million. The devil is a lie. $15 million. Let me tell you something. I'm in the position right now. I am not even rejecting $15,000. Hell, excuse me, $1,500. I need money. This is an article reported by People magazine, people.com, published by Angel Saunders. A farmer who's 86 years old rejects $15 million offer to sell his land to data center developers. Quotes, not interested in destroying my farms. That's some stubborn mess right there. First of all, I really want to say something I wish I could say it, but I can't. due to the fact that I'm on certain radio platforms, and I thank you. Shout out again, WBOK, WDJY, and also KSHP. Love you guys. Thank you. This elderly Pennsylvania man turned down an offer of 15 of more. God damn, they said more than $15 million to sell his land to a data center developer. In an interview published recently, Mervin sounds stubborn. Mervin Rudaball, maybe it's Rudaball, 86 years old, of Cumberland County, shared, I know where Cumberland County is, shared why he opted out of the $60,000 per acre. Oh Lord, $60,000 per acre. 60,000 per acre that developers offered for his 261 acres. Oh Lord. I quote, he says, "I was not interested in destroying my farms, who has spent roughly 60 years farming in Silver Spring Township. That was the bottom line. It really wasn't so much the economic end of it. I just didn't want to see these two farms destroyed." He also spoke with Penn Live about how the home and the land it sits on holds a special place in his heart. He said when his mother died in his arms in the mid 1950s, she did so in the farmland on Green Hill Road, forcing him to lean into farming to take care of his family, despite being a junior in high school at the time. Quote says, "I was responsible for milking the cows before I went to high school, and I missed 31 days my senior year, and they never missed me. I was that popular." Just kidding. He said, "But I loved it." It's also the same home where he and his late wife, Anna May, raised their children. Rudaball spoke with both news outlets about the land's sentimental, why did I say centennial? Sentimental, maybe because I'm just overwhelmed the fact that this man rejected over $15 million. 60,000 per acre, just Lord have mercy. But he added that another reason he refused to give in to the data center developers was because he cares about the future of farming. Respect to that. Quote, he says, "It breaks my heart to think of what's going to take place here, because only the land that preserves here is going to be here," he told Fox 43. "The rest of every square inch is going to get built on. The American farm family is definitely in trouble." After seeing new construction in his town, which drove some residents out, Rudaball decided to sell the development rights to Silver Spring Township Land Preservation Program for just under $1.9 million $1.9 million. Man. It says here the program was established in January of 2014 as a proactive response to community desires for land preservation of properties with at least 10 acres of open space, woodlands, farmland, waterway protection, or wetlands. Now, Rudaball said his land has that and more. I'm trying to see what's next. He says, "I love this land. It's been my life, and I realize if it wasn't built on a dug up, another set of families could live here, and that's what I wanted to do, and I got it done, and I'm happy." Since the historic deal, he's become the talk of the town. Obviously, friends of his are happy of what he has done. Let me tell you something. Mervin, what a name. Mervin, I like the story. I love that you stick, you've made a commitment. You are strong on the continuing the farm family, that legacy, right? That narrative, because in our current society, there isn't going to be a lot of farmland. So many people are building buildings. Everything is trying to be turned into cities, town centers, luxury condos, housing developments, you name it. It's continuing to turn into a, I don't know, like a Japan, right? When you look at Japan, Japan is all city. You rarely have suburban areas. In other, in other countries like that. But again, over $15 million. Oh, my goodness. Well, I'll tell you one thing, y'all. I'll give you my answer. I'm taking it. Now, here's the thing, though. At that age, at 86, hell yeah, I'm taking it, because that could be spread to the family. I'm up there in age. I don't need all that money for myself. But because I do know the value of land, me personally, I would allow them to build it, but continue to pay me rent, baby. Because maybe sometimes a one payout is not always worth it. It's not. I would literally say y'all can have it, but what you're paying per acre, I'm gonna need that per on an annual basis. How about that? Annual basis, y'all can give me a check per month, but y'all gonna pay me, because I'm gonna continue to own the land that you build these data centers on. Okay. That's just me. Whew. You go, Mervin. Ooh, Merv. Maybe Merv is just better. Mervin just is that's a harsh one to say. Here's some other big news here, y'all. So in the sports world, can't believe I'm saying this here, but there will be a rematch between Hall of Fame boxers Floyd, Money Mayweather, and Manny Pacquiao. Y'all, I still can't believe this is happening. I thought this was a spoof when I saw it on online. I'm like, hell to the no, they're not. Are they serious right now? So check this out here. It was announced. So, by the way, Floyd Mayweather is already scheduled to fight Mike Tyson over in like somewhere in Africa. Doesn't make any sense, really. It's like an exhibition fight. I mean, look, what we're starting to see now is a lot of these legendary fighters, or iconic. I wouldn't call them considered legends yet. I mean, they got legendary careers. So yeah, these legendary fighters coming out of retirement doing these exhibition amounts, because I mean they get paid these huge lump sums of money. So hey, I can't be mad at them. But this one really drew my attention, because guys like Mayweather and Manny, they ain't gonna be fighting for no exhibition style. You know what I mean? Like, those guys, they fight. Okay, Manny is still very much a fighter, still very much an athlete. He's literally like the king of the Philippines. I think he ran for political office out there, or served a political position, if I'm not mistaken. I know the recent time I've seen Manny Pacquiao was on this fitness competition show, like challenge competition show on Netflix, where he represented his country. Now, as far as for Mayweather, as I heard about Mayweather was back on some rent, okay, at a property or a condo or something, with like old $300,000 or something like that, which is crazy, because Floyd, part of his brand, he's like the $1 million man. Like, I'm a wrestling fan, so Ted DiBiase was a $1 million man. He always, had like a few dollars on hand. Mayweather is a guy that has stacks of cash. I'm talking to big blocks of cash, and it's kind of ridiculous in my opinion, but hey, he's Floyd Money Mayweather. He makes that kind of money on a regular. So TMZ reports here that Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao are set to face off in a professional boxing rematch later this year, more than a decade after their first blockbuster fight. A fight that, in my opinion, I personally think Manny was It was Manny's fight. Manny could have beat Floyd. I think I wasn't crazy about the outcome that the judges scored on the scorecards, but Manny is a hell of a fighter and has been fighting forever too. You got Floyd Mayweather, 48 years old, and Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, 47 years old, will meet in the ring at the Sphere in Las Vegas on September 19th. Ooh, I can't wait to see it. This will be held on Netflix Live on Saturday, September 19th in Las Vegas at the Sphere. It's a booking that has been rumored for years, but the streaming giant was able to make it happen once and for all. Mayweather, who will be risking his perfect 50-0 record, retired from professional fighting back in 2017. Now, he has been in a handful of, little odd fights here and there. He fought a handful of exhibitions, including one against Logan Paul after hanging up the gloves. A fight that was kind of just stupid because, huge size difference between Logan Paul and Floyd, but he still won. Pacquiao also took some time away from for about 4 years, but made a comeback in 2021. He is currently 62-8 with 3 draws on his career. The first time around was called the fight of the century and shattered pay-per-view numbers with 4.6 million buys. And that was very true. I remember like it was yesterday. I think it was their fight was like a couple of days after the Super Bowl, and you had players who were at the Kentucky Derby. That's right. It was also after, it was the same day as the Kentucky Derby. So you had guys or folks at the Kentucky Derby left because they were flying private. All right. Flying straight to Las Vegas to check out this Pacquiao fight, man. I mean, it's just it's insane. But the exciting thing is that they'll be able to see this for free. I think I might have been in college. I think I sure was. I think I was in college when this fight occurred, because this was back in, let me see. I don't remember. I don't remember when this fight was, but I'm pretty sure I was in college when they had their first fight. Pacquiao spoke about the fight, saying, "Floyd and I gave the world what remains the biggest fight in boxing history." Very true. I couldn't agree more. The fans have waited long enough. They deserve this rematch, and it will be even bigger now that it will be streamed live globally on Netflix. I want Floyd to live with the one loss on his professional record and always remember who gave it to him. As always, I dedicate this fight to my fellow Filipinos around the world and to bring glory to the Philippines. Now, look, if you ask fans most likely want to see Manny win this one. He's fought damn near 100 fights. Floyd has always been kind of like the villain because he's arrogant. Obviously, he can be arrogant. He's 50-0. He makes all the money. He's Floyd Money Mayweather. He can be arrogant, but a lot of people are not crazy about Floyd and want to see him lose. Now, depending on the culture of boxing now and stuff, it might be more in his favor to win this fight. I don't know, but I will say this. I think this is a boxing match that is a fight like this continues to bring back the growth of boxing, true boxing, because I'll be honest, those Paul brother fights, man, it's garbage. You hear me? That whole, hey, I'm gonna fight I'm 29 years old, 27 years old, I'm gonna fight Mike Tyson. Okay? Or what was the last fight that Jake Paul did, man? Broke his jaw. It was horrible. It was like he shouldn't even been in that fight to begin with. But hey, he suffered the consequences. Jaw was broken. I mean, woo. They showed his jaw like it was horrible. But anyway, I think this is big stuff here. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait until I I can't wait until September 19th on Netflix Saturday, held at the Sphere in Las Vegas, Nevada. So, like I said, looking forward to it. And I wonder who you guys are rooting for. Let me know. You can share on social media, or like I said, you can email me by visiting our website, www.theagshow.com. Again, that is www.theagshow.com. And let us know what you think. Let us know your thoughts on this fight. Are you happy? Are you not happy? The fact that, hey, look, it's the rematch that we've all been asking for, but these guys are almost 50. But hey, they're still in great shape. So, why not? This is a professional bout, a professional fight. I'm looking forward to it, my friends. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking at my time here. Let me come to a close with this, because I do have another story to share, but for the way the time is looking, I got maybe like 3 minutes, so I'm not going to talk too much about it in relation to it. But anyway, really quick, the BASFA Awards was recently held. It was hosted by Alan Cumming, another fellow actor, singer, Broadway star, the whole 9 yards. And during the part of that ceremony, or during the awards, you had actors Michael B. Jordan and Delroy. Was it Delroy? Is it Dingo? Hold up. Lindo, sorry. Delroy Lindo presented an award for best visual effects, and out in the open you hear individual yell out a racial slur and another explicit after that. Now, turned out that the gentleman was suffering with Tourette's, or is suffering with Tourette's. So Alan explained that to the crowd, because everybody heard it. Like, clearly you could hear it on TV. It was live. I think he is saying a number of outbursts. He said, "Shut the F up." It was a lot. Or and FU, I think, was also mentioned. Some folks are saying that, hey, look, he has he suffers with Tourette's. It's common, right? And then you have some individuals that are not quite happy. You had Jamie Foxx speak out. Now, I don't know if Jamie Foxx was joking or not, but he wasn't happy. It was another individual. I don't know her name. She wasn't quite happy. I think she was a member of the Sinners team, but she wasn't happy. So look into that, my friends. I'll share a little bit more of it on social media, because we're running out of time here. But all I would say is this. All I will say is this. This would be something we would never know if it was, accurate or not. Like, as far as was it did he mean to say it, or was it could it been preventable is the question, but we would never know, my friends. As always, thank you so much for sticking with us here on the Arrington Gavin Show for this hour. Be sure to tune in, as I mentioned, weeknights, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts. That's where we drop new episodes. But obviously, I've shared our platforms where you can also check it out on all digital and streaming platforms. Peace and blessings. Stay safe, stay informed.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.